more drugs he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in a catatonic
No,
state.
girl. Not my beautiful Beyonce.
Jaguar Wright is stirring up chaos once again. This time she's coming for none other than Jay-Z and Beyoncé. She just dropped a bombshell, claiming Jay-Z is literally controlling Beyoncé like she's locked up in some twisted luxury cage. Jaguar says their relationship is far from the fairy tale people imagine. According to her, Beyoncé isn't just private, she's trapped, and Jay's the one holding the key, but not everyone's buying it. Some fans are turning the spotlight back on Beyoncé, saying she might not be as innocent as she looks. One comment reads, "She's not a prisoner, she's a co-pilot." So what's really going down behind those mansion walls? Jaguar's not holding back these days. She's been exposing the underbelly of the industry, and nobody's safe, not even the royal couple of music. In a new jaw-dropping interview, she made some shocking claims about Beyoncé and Jay-Z's marriage, saying the real reason Beyoncé acts robotic and avoids interviews is because Jay's allegedly got her hooked on something. And it's not love. Now, this isn't the first time people have whispered about strange energy between them. So before we break down Jaguar's latest claims, let's rewind and take a deeper look at this so-called power couple and all the red flags fans have noticed for years. To start, fans have long believed Beyoncé might have been groomed by Jay-Z. The 12-year age gap between them is already raising eyebrows, but it's the timeline that really gets people talking. Beyoncé was reportedly a teen when she first crossed paths with Jay. In a 2008 interview with 17 magazine, she claimed they met when she was 18 and started dating at 19. "There was no rush. No one expected me to run off and get married," she said. Jay offered his own take on their first meeting through lyrics in his song, "Everything Is Love." He rapped about a flight where he was seated next to Beyoncé, saying, "Spade had me sitting next to you on the plane, and I knew straight away the flight." That flight supposedly happened in 2000 after both Destiny's Child and Jay-Z performed at MTV's Spring Break Festival in Cancun, Mexico. That's the official version. But internet detectives have been digging deeper. Many believe Jay-Z had his eye on Beyoncé way before that Cancun flight. Rumors suggest they met when she was just 16, and he was already 28. People claim Jay plotted to sit next to her, setting everything up from day one. Creepy or calculated? You decide. But here's where it gets even more disturbing. Jay-Z allegedly has a pattern. Before Beyoncé, insiders say he was involved with rapper Foxy Brown, and they reportedly met when Foxy was only 14 or 15, while Jay was a grown 27. Foxy's always denied anything happened and said they were just close friends, but the rumors have never stopped following them. But let's be real for a second. What's a grown 27-year-old man doing being close friends with a 15-year-old girl? That alone raises way too many red flags. And it doesn't stop there. Jay-Z allegedly wrote explicit lyrics about Foxy Brown back in the 90s, and some sources even claim he used her as a drug mule. That's right, folks say he wasn't just exploiting her musically. It went way deeper. Multiple insiders have suggested Jay-Z manipulated Foxy, and yet barely anyone in the industry speaks on it. Why? Because the man's got power. Jay-Z isn't just a rapper, he's a gatekeeper, and speaking against him could get you blacklisted overnight. Just look at what happened when Nick Cannon tried to bring this up with Dame Dash in an interview. The second Nick mentioned Jay-Z and Foxy's rumored relationship, Dame's whole vibe shifted. He dodged, got uncomfortable, and didn't want to touch the topic at all. Suspicious? Fans think so. That reaction alone has people convinced Dame knows way more than he's saying. But Foxy isn't the only young woman allegedly caught in Jay's shadow. There's another shady connection involving Jay-Z and yet another underage singer. See, while Dame Dash stayed silent on the Foxy situation, he had no problem dragging Jay-Z when it came to Jay's friendship with one of the most notorious names in the industry, R. Kelly. As most people know, R. Kelly manipulated and secretly married singer Aaliyah in 1994 when she was just 15, using a fake ID that falsely said she was 18. That marriage shocked the world when it came to light, but guess what? Even after all that, Jay-Z still linked up with R. Kelly and dropped a whole joint album with him, Best of Both Worlds, right when Kelly was facing serious allegations. Dame later spoke out and said that's when he realized something wasn't right with Jay-Z, morally or personally. He said Jay completely betrayed Aaliyah by choosing to stand next to someone like Kelly. And get this, Dame even claimed Jay wanted to go for a sequel with R. Kelly, Another Best of Both Worlds tour after all of Kelly's crimes were exposed. That had people questioning Jay's values even more. And it gets even messier. For years, rumors have swirled that Jay-Z was also trying to pursue Aaliyah. Dame Dash confirmed Jay had a serious interest in her and was trying really hard to make it happen. Now, Dame never said how old Aaliyah was when Jay first approached her. But the fact Jay was already tight with R. Kelly at the time makes the whole situation super shady. People online have one theory: birds of a feather flock together. And that might explain why Jay never distanced himself from Kelly, no matter what came out. The deeper you look, the darker it all gets. A lot of fans are now drawing creepy parallels between Jay-Z and Foxy Brown, and the twisted story of R. Kelly and Aaliyah. The age gaps, the control, the influence, it's all starting to sound way too familiar. And if you're curious about how Aaliyah was targeted by multiple grown men in the industry, we've got a full video breaking that down. It's a must-watch. But now, let's bring the focus back to Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Aaliyah sadly passed away in 2001. And that's exactly when Jay-Z officially started dating Beyoncé. Now, whether Bey was truly 19 at the time or possibly even younger doesn't change the facts. She was still 12 years younger than Jay, and that kind of age gap brings a huge power imbalance, especially early on. Even if she was legally grown, Jay-Z was pushing 30, some say he was already 31, meaning he had way more life experience, freedom, and mental maturity than a teenager just stepping into adulthood. And considering they came from completely different worlds, it would have been real easy for Jay to guide that relationship on his terms. Even Jay-Z himself low-key admitted this in his song 444. He raps, "I said don't embarrass me instead of be mine. That was your 21st birthday." That line hit fans hard. Like, on her birthday, that's what he said to her? And the irony? Jay's the one who ended up embarrassing Beyoncé all over the world with those cheating scandals. Now, many fans believe Beyoncé didn't just stay with Jay out of love. She stayed because she was manipulated from a young age. Jay got to run around, date different women, live his wild bachelor life, while Beyoncé only had him. She never got the chance to explore her independence or learn what life looked like without him. One Reddit user summed it up perfectly. "I've been saying this forever. Everyone forgets Bey was a teen when they got together. People always ask why she's with him, especially after the cheating scandal plus Lemonade. Babes, she was groomed. She's been with this man since she was a teen, and he was a whole man. Of course she won't leave him." And here's the twist. After the Lemonade era exposed Jay's infidelity, he went on a whole redemption press tour. He flipped the narrative, telling the world that he and Beyoncé were staying together for their family and to heal generational trauma. He turned the spotlight off himself and made it all about growth and legacy. Then came the question that made everyone stop. What would you have done if the roles were reversed? Jay's answer. He said he hoped he'd be as strong as Beyoncé. But let's be honest, that line just made people side-eye even harder, because from the outside looking in, it doesn't feel like Beyoncé had much of a choice. And things only get messier from here, because fans aren't just questioning how Beyoncé got into this relationship, they're now wondering if she's ever truly been free in it. Jaguar Wright claims Beyoncé is being controlled behind closed doors, and not just emotionally. She's suggesting there's something deeper going on. According to Jaguar, Jay-Z allegedly keeps Beyoncé in a tightly monitored environment where everything is filtered, from her interviews to her appearances, even her expressions. People are saying, why does she always look so rehearsed? And why does she barely ever speak publicly on her own? It's got fans speculating that Beyoncé might be under some kind of emotional leash. Jaguar even hinted that Jay uses substances to keep her in a fog, which is why she moves and talks like she's in a trance sometimes. It's not just Jaguar either. Over the years, folks have pointed out how controlled and calculated Beyoncé's image has become. Every move seems approved by a PR machine, or maybe something more personal. Her body language? Robotic. Her answers? Scripted. Her solo moments? Rare. And then there's the security. Fans have noticed Beyoncé is never alone. She's always flanked by someone. A team, a guard, or Jay himself. People are starting to ask, is that safety or surveillance? But it goes even deeper. Some fans think Beyoncé's entire career path has been designed to benefit Jay-Z. Remember when she dropped Lemonade and exposed his cheating? The world rallied behind her. But then Jay-Z came right back with 444, an apology album, and suddenly he was being praised for his growth. Beyoncé gave him a platform to rebrand himself as a changed man. One fan put it like this: "She made the art, he cashed the redemption check." And it's not just about money or albums. Jay-Z's businesses, image, and credibility all skyrocketed during their marriage. Beyoncé's loyalty gave him clout in rooms he might have never entered alone. So now fans are asking, was this love? Or was this a long game? Even interviews with people who've worked close to Beyoncé have strange gaps. Former dancers, stylists, insiders, most of them either stay silent or drop vague hints. No one ever gives a full picture of what goes on inside Beyoncé's world. And if Jaguar Wright's claims hold any truth, then we might be looking at a situation that's way more calculated and way more controlled than anyone thought. From the moment she met Jay-Z, Beyoncé may have been walking into a relationship where she'd shine on stage, but stay silenced off it. But let's get real for a second. If Beyoncé had been the one to publicly cheat on Jay-Z, do you honestly think he'd forgive her like she forgave him? Please. Jay would have dropped her so fast, the headlines wouldn't have even caught up. The double standard is loud, and fans are calling it what it is: manipulation. And according to Jaguar Wright, gaslighting might be just one of the tactics Jay-Z's using to keep Beyoncé in line. Jaguar went off in her latest rant, claiming Jay has allegedly been drugging Beyoncé for years to keep her calm and obedient behind the scenes. Yeah, you heard that right. Drugging. She even said that Beyoncé's fan base needs to step up the way Britney Spears fans did and start a whole number Free Beyoncé movement, because what Jay-Z's doing isn't just controlling. It's treating her like a prisoner in plain sight. Jaguar shouted, "Beyoncé is not free." And honestly, a lot of fans are starting to believe it. People say Beyoncé hasn't been the same ever since Jay's cheating hit the headlines. Her vibe changed, her eyes look distant, she barely smiles. One fan posted, "She looks empty, like she's just going through the motions." Another one wrote, "How did we not see it? Her last album is dark and she's been acting weird. Something's definitely off." And then there's that eerie claim floating around online, the one that says you have to be high on something to perform those alleged industry rituals and sacrifices. Fans are wondering if Beyoncé's been coerced into a world she never fully agreed to. But here's the twist. Not everyone thinks she's innocent. Some fans are flipping the script and saying Beyoncé isn't a victim at all. She's a partner in the game. One person commented, "If you think Beyoncé's hands are clean, then you don't know her like you think you do." Another added, "She's not a prisoner. She's just as bad as Jay-Z, if not worse. People just want her to be innocent so bad. SMH." So now the question is, what's really going on behind the scenes? Is Jay-Z the puppet master controlling Queen Bey? Or are they both neck deep in something darker than we imagined? Let us know what you think in the comments. Are we witnessing manipulation or a secret power couple running the show from the shadows? And if you thought this story was messy, wait till you see what's coming next. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and turn on those notifications so you never miss the tea. We'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned.